I am so excited and I have so many thoughts and I just... Hello darlings! So today I don't have too much of a structured video planned. I really just wanted to talk about the thing that's been really making a difference in my life this year. I just saw an Instagram reel and I just got really inspired, and I've been wanting to talk about this for absolutely ages and I just haven't gotten around to it, and I feel really cute today. I am maximum pink, maximum adorable, and I thought today's the day we're going to talk about the power of positive thinking. That's oversimplifying it a little bit, but basically if you've been following me on any of my other social media, which to be honest, if you're not, you're really missing out, because you get all of the gossip there way more often than you get on my main YouTube channel, because things take just so much longer to edit and upload here. But if you've been following me on there, you may have noticed that I did a thing called Self-Improvement January, where I basically decided that I wasn't really 100% happy with how my day-to-day life was going. I felt like I wanted to go on a journey of just continuous self-improvement and trying to make my everyday life better. Generally, as you may have gathered, and you will know if you know me personally, I am a very happy, chirpy, positive person, but there are a lot of things that I still struggle with because I'm human. Everyone struggles with different things, and I wanted to make some changes. And what I have discovered and what I have been implementing has really made a difference in my day-to-day sort of life and in my outlook on life, and it's made genuine positive changes to my life in attracting things into it. Some of you I feel like I might lose during the process of this video, and that's totally fine. We all have different opinions and we all have different beliefs, but I am, while not a religious person, I would say that I'm just sort of vaguely spiritual. I have a few different beliefs and none of them really correspond to any particular belief set. But one of the things that I really do believe in is the sort of power of attracting good things into your life. You know, the very Disney sentiment of your dreams can come true, I do think is genuinely true. Of course you have to put in a lot of hard work, and of course you have to put in a lot of effort and make the effort, but I do think that believing really steadfastly in your goals is going to help them happen. And as you know, I am a semi-professional singer. After literally 2.5 decades of wanting to be one, it is finally happening. By the way, if you would like to get in touch for any bookings, you can find my website down in the description. I have business cards in this cute little business card holder. Look how cute they are. But I have found that so many opportunities have come to me even without me seeking them out, because of great connections that I've made with people who have then found out that I'm a singer and have helped me to get different opportunities, and also because I have just been putting that energy out. I have been saying, I want to do more gigs, I want to do more singing, I am open to everything, and I found that things have then been coming back to me. So what am I actually talking about? What am I rambling about? What are we talking about? We're talking about the power of manifestations, and particularly something called lucky girl syndrome. Now, there is a really fantastic video that is not by me, that is by a brilliant YouTuber called Tam Core, who I discovered at the very start of 2024, and I absolutely love her content, I love her energy, I think she's really great. So I will put that video in the description up here. But basically what Lucky Girl Syndrome is the practice of actively believing that you are the luckiest person in the world, and that great things are always coming to you, and that things are always working out in your favour. And I know that sounds really, really weird and honestly off-putting to some people, but I swear, since I've started putting this into practice, it genuinely does work. Does this mean that bad things never happen to you? No. Does this mean that you always get exactly what you want, exactly in the way that you thought you would get it? No. Does this mean you're not going to struggle or go through hardships or go through things that you don't necessarily deserve to happen to you? No. But genuinely, I have found, especially this, I found that through constant affirmation to myself of, okay, you know what? No. I am an incredibly lucky person. Everything always works out in my favour. Everything is always going to work out for me in the long run. Since coming to believe that, first of all, it puts you in an amazing state of mind to notice all of the good things that happen to you every single day, whether they're big or whether they're absolutely tiny. And that raises your mood generally overall as you're moving through life. Just telling yourself, you know what, I'm a lucky person. Things are gonna work out for me in the end. And you then, every time I notice something that is really good, that works out for me, even if it's really tiny, even if it's like I'm going to work and I hit like 3 green lights in a row of traffic lights, I just sort of say to myself, I'm like, oh, I'm really lucky. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. And it's silly, but it really, really puts you in a far better state of mind. And when you're in that better state of mind, it is so much easier to then continuously push yourself outside your comfort zone, which is another thing I have been promising myself that I'm going to consistently do this year, is push myself outside of my comfort zone, because that's where your growth happens. Because I have this then foundational belief that things are always going to work out for me, I then have that sort of confidence level, even if it still makes me so incredibly anxious, so incredibly frightened. I have this little base on which to then use as a springboard to push myself outside my comfort zone and to take bigger chances and to do things that frighten me, because I have this belief that everything is eventually going to work out in my favour. I know that by taking that step and by doing that scary thing, I'm either going to have it work out the way that I want in that moment, or it's not going to go exactly how I planned and I'm going to get a learning experience from it. So I literally can't lose. When you're looking at the world through this lens of the universe is on your side and conspiring in your favour and conspiring for you, it is so much easier to take those risks and to take those chances. And I'm talking about from like a sort of internal standpoint. I'm not talking about, obviously everyone has their individual circumstances and different things that can help or limit them in what they want to do. Purely from a self-perspective point of view, and from like a mental and internal point of view, thinking in this way and using this sort of lucky girl syndrome, keeping like affirmations around you. My desk at my corporate job is covered in little post-it notes that all have different things written on them that inspire me and that remind me of my luckiness, and that are little like luckiness manifestations, affirmations things like good things are always coming my way, things like I attract positivity and abundance into my life, things like I have some positive what if statements. So for example, what if everything works out better than I could have imagined? What if it brings more opportunities for me? Because I think a lot of what if statements, especially when you're really anxious, can be incredibly negative. You're like, what if I mess up? What if I fail? What if everyone laughs at me? What if everyone thinks I'm an idiot? What if I embarrass myself? And I am on a journey to reframe a lot of my self-doubt and negative self-talk into things that are positive and helpful for me. And it is a journey. Don't get me wrong, all of this is a journey, but by keeping those physical reminders around me of positive things, then it makes it way easier to kind of recenter myself when I am having a particularly sort of bad day or hard week. Because that's the other thing, is that just because you believe these things and just because you have, you know, your positive mindset, your lucky person mindset, your abundance mindset, that doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle with bad mental health. That doesn't mean you're not going to struggle with periods of self-doubt, of anxiety, of depression, of stress. It just means that you have a few more tools in your arsenal to help to recenter yourself and get yourself out of that rut. And a really important thing that I have been trying to do, because I know a lot of people will say, isn't this just toxic positivity? Jessica Kelgren-Fozard has an awesome video on toxic positivity that I will link in a card. I feel like I'm linking to everyone's videos but mine. What keeps this from being toxic positivity is that I try really hard to always acknowledge and allow my bad emotions to exist. If I'm feeling anxious, if my mood is really, really low, if I'm struggling with a lot of self-doubt and a lot of negative self-talk, I will sit and I will sort of look at the thought and I will allow the thought to exist. I will try really hard not to judge it. I saw this amazing TikTok the other day that was basically looking at anxiety from an empathetic standpoint of your anxiety just being like, I just care a lot and I really want this to go well. And knowing that anxiety is a form of, it's your brain kind of trying to protect you from threat really, but reframing it as, okay, just because something is unfamiliar and uncomfortable, that doesn't mean it's unsafe, that doesn't mean it's a threat, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't go ahead with something. And so I'll kind of look at those thoughts, I'll allow them to make their case, I'll allow myself to feel anything that I need to, and then I'll be like, okay, but this is not the truth, this is not my reality, this is not something that I want to think, that I want to believe about myself. And then I can use my sort of positive self-talk, my list of like proof of things that I have done in the past that, you know, I didn't think I could do, and my sort of deep abiding like love for myself, which I am also trying to build up more. You need to have a baseline love and assurance and confidence in yourself, which you can build up through so many different methods. And I'll use all of these tools to kind of gently dispel those negative thoughts. Some days it's really easy, some days it doesn't work, and I just need to push through it the best I can and then wake up the next day hopefully with a happier mindset, which most of the time I do. And then sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes it takes a week. It's okay. I feel like this is an incredibly rambling video, but I genuinely think that lucky girl syndrome, that this belief in yourself and this belief in the power of your own thoughts and the power of yourself has really positively transformed my life this year, and I just love it. I just wanted to talk about it because it can also really help take away that self-comparison, which is something that I massively struggle with. You know, you look at other people and you're like, oh God, they're so much further ahead in their careers, in their love life, in their family life, if that's something that's important to you, whatever it is. It's so easy, especially in your mid-20s, to look around at other people and be like, oh my God, why do they have this? Why do they have that? Blah, 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 blah. And the thing that actually inspired me to get up and turn on the camera today was I saw this video, this reel on Instagram, and it was someone saying, you know, oh, I'm so far behind, they're so much farther ahead than me. And then it just said, no, you are exactly where you need to be. And I think that lucky girl syndrome really helps with this, because you're just believing, you're like, okay, these people are at this place in their journey, but I know that everything that I want, everything that I need, maybe things that I don't even know are for me, is coming to me. That belief is helping me and motivating me even more to take all of the positive steps I need to then assist. So it's like this positive circle of everything feeding into each other. And I know that all of my blessings are going to come to me at exactly the right time for me. And I actually have so much already that I don't even think about or notice. That is amazing. I think that's another thing, because this mindset helps to put me in a really grateful spot. It helps me to often reflect on all of the things that I have that my childhood self would think is absolutely insane. Even like silly things, like I have pink hair. Do you know how excited my 6-year-old self, do you know how insanely crazy she would go to see that I have pink hair? Like, she would lose her mind. And I actually keep this picture. This is me at like, I think 10 odd years old. I think I keep this picture on my chest of drawers so that I can see my younger self every day, and it kind of keeps me connected to her, and it keeps me feeling really grateful and really happy about, you know, this is where I am, and these are all of the things that I have that are already amazing, and I'm going on to get so much more. It also helps me to be less self-critical, or at least that's the idea. Again, these things are a learning curve, especially if you have a really long history of talking badly about yourself. But having a photo of your younger self, especially mine is next to where my mirror is, it helps me not to be so hard on myself, because I wouldn't say some of the negative, bad things that I say about myself to my 10-year-old self, so why do I say them to my 26-year-old self? Because neither of us deserve that. So it really helps to just kind of keep you kind, keep you self-compassionate, and keep you in a better mindset. So I could literally talk about this for about an hour. How long have I been? I've been talking about it for 20 minutes. I think that's enough. So I am going to leave it there, but I would love to make some more videos talking about this kind of thing. I do kind of incorporate those ideas into my social media, so my TikTok and my Instagram, you can follow that down below. And let me know what you think of this video. Do you follow any of these practices? Do you think that it's all a load of mumbo jumbo? Do you think it's all a load of bullshit? Let me know in the comments. Let's start a conversation. I hope that this video spread some happiness and sparkles into your day, and I will see you in the next one.